Okay guys, so g'day and welcome to operate the irrigation system. We'll continue on your training from last time where we basically looked at preparing the irrigation system for operation and the last lot of training was to
check the depth of the water.
Excellent, good, yep. And so you're all pretty confident in that. So basically this is now the next step is actually operating the irrigation system. So there will be a little bit of preparing, but mostly this will be the first three stages of the training for operating the irrigation system. So my name's Lachlan Travis, I'll be your trainer today, and basically we will be running through and linking up with that and doing that training now. Sorry. Okay, so the outcome today will be that you'll be able to prepare the irrigation system for operation, operate the irrigation system, and then once you've finished, basically finish up and stop the irrigation system. So complete an irrigation. Okay, so there's basically 3 stages to this training. Okay. The structure will be, we'll have a PowerPoint presentation, we'll do an introduction, there'll be prepare the irrigation system for operation, operate the irrigation system, and complete an irrigation, and we'll have a conclusion. Okay. So, any questions so far, guys? No? This will be partly theory and a little bit of practical. We'll just have a look at a couple more things. It's all in the box over there. So, before we start, I'm just going to give you some learning aids. So we've got a standard work document for the irrigation system, which you should be familiar with, having done some with barrel pruning, barrel leaf plucking. Thank you. Yep. You're all familiar with standard work documents?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. And also at the very back as well, there is a feedback form I would like you to fill out to say whether or not you did a good job today and what I can improve on. Okay, so just ask you to please fill that out at the end of the session. Okay. Alright. All ready, set to go? All comfortable?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll get into it and we'll start off with an introduction. So, vineyards, the vines require quite a lot of water, as you know. Basically, it's essential for their healthy well-being. And basically, just a few little facts here that basically they require 635 to 900 millimetres, and that's a litre of water per vine to avoid stress during the growing season. To give you an example, robust, you have 158 in that growing season between September and April. So it goes to show that all that loss, that nearly 500 to 800 mils has to come from somewhere, and that comes from irrigation, so it's quite critical. During a 40-degree day, we could lose up to 8 litres or millimetres of water per vine, can be expected before they shut down. So you can have quite severe losses, so it's very important to water before, during and after a heat wave for that reason. And as you can see, Australia used 444,165 million litres, so that's about 440 billion litres of water for viticulture alone, not including rice, cotton, any of that sort of stuff, okay? So, that gives you an idea, and South Australia used 202 billion litres of water for viticulture alone. That's South Australia, just one part of the wine industry. So just goes to show it's a big component of the vineyard and our workplace, making sure that the vines have got enough water. That's the big bit. That's a lot of water when you think about it. So how much water does the average human have, guys? Does anyone know the percentage?
In the body.
Yeah.
Not like 80%.
80%? Yep. Okay. Yeah. How much do you reckon a plant has?
What, sorry?
How much do you reckon the average plant has in terms of water?
I should tell you.
So the average human actually has 50, average human adult, you guys, has 50 to 65% water, but your average plant is anywhere between 80 to 90%. So you can see it's absolutely critical for the vines in terms of their cell wall and keeping that lovely structure, that proud growth on a vine, is that water inside there. When they lose that water, you'll notice plants wilt because that water is leaving the plant and they gradually collapse. And there's a thing called the permanent wilting point where the vine basically falls to a point and it dies. Okay? So it is critical to photosynthesis particularly as well because of the chemical reaction for that. And as I said, their structure and maintaining and carrying nutrients up the phloem as well. So when we put fertigation out, it actually is drawn up through the ground through a liquid suspension through the phloem as well from the roots, and it's just critical. I can't stress to you enough how important water is to these vines. So yeah. Okay. So our vineyard used 621 megalitres last year, so 621 million litres last year, which is a lot when you think about it, but last year, as I said, was quite a hot season. To give you a bit of perspective, 1 megalitre is 1 Olympic-sized swimming pool full of water. Right, so we pump 621, I'm sure you're all familiar with how big an Olympic pool is. Yeah, that's a lot of water, isn't it? Yeah, and it's pumped out through approximately 1,000 kilometres over the 2 properties of drip tube. So, yeah, something to think about, isn't it? There's all that infrastructure there. Yeah. Carried by 1,000 k's of wire too. Any questions? Yeah. Cool. So, first question is, how do I water? We'll be looking today at manually watering. Further sessions we'll look at automatically water, but basically these are actual performance criteria from the guide to operate the irrigation system under Cert 3 winery operations. Okay, so this is actual real TAFE sort of stuff. It's real world stuff. Okay. So there it says prepare the irrigation system for operation. Services are confirmed as available for use. System is checked to confirm readiness for use, and system is set to meet irrigation requirements. So just before we go to the next slide, what are some of the services we have at a pump shed, guys? Matt?
Some of the services?
Yep.
Electricity.
Perfect. Kylie, what's another one? There's 2 of them. Exactly, well done. Yep. Excellent answer. So yeah, and in the pump shed, first thing you do, normally you just assume the power's on, but now you've all read the electrical enclosure SOP?
Yes.
Yep, you're all familiar with these red and the yellow stickers as well. Red, what does red mean, Jade?
What for, sorry?
The red sticker, the electrical hazard note?
I didn't think you're allowed to open it unless
You're,
a trained electrician.
excellent answer, well done. Yep, and the yellow stickers, Russ?
You can open, but you can't fiddle with them.
That's right.
You're an authorised person.
So, to become an authorised person, you just read the electrical enclosure, you read and understand it, and that's the yellow sticker if you're wondering. Yep. And basically it just means that you can open up that door, usually in a switch tunnel, but then there'll be a red sticker behind it which you can't go behind because there's exposed wiring. Okay. Good. So you can see here, this is actually the RCD, the residual current device. And basically that shows it in the on position and shows it in the off position. Now, if the pump won't start for whatever reason, first thing you should be doing is to check to make sure the power's on. Pretty simple stuff, isn't it really? Yeah. What do we do if the power's not on, Jane?
Report. Yeah.
Report it, excellent. Yep. Good answer. Cool. You all pretty confident with that? Yep. Hand nods. Yep. You're all comfortable with how fast or slow we go? You're right. You're right. Cool. So Confirmed services are ready. So basically, last training we did, just make sure you dip the ball, usually at the start of the season on a regular basis, make sure that there actually is water inside the ball, and make sure it's ready to use. Why do we dip? Well, without water there you can't irrigate and it may damage the infrastructure system. So, and which balls can be dipped? Russ?
Well, most of the balls on the place when you do.
Yep.
There's got a little plug on the bottom of the top.
That's right, which I cunningly cut out of my picture, which makes it really hard to point it out. But yeah. So, yep. You're all pretty confident with that? I know you didn't do that training, Joe, so
Yeah.
that's, but,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Alright. And so we move on to the next one, which is checking the system for readiness. Okay. So generally, this is pretty critical. This is the main point to make sure is that it avoids confusion. You will generally be using this to do basic watering. If you want to say, Matt said to you, Jay, can you just go out to this block and just go through and check that the dripper lines, just help Ben out doing the irrigation repairs.
Yeah.
You could go out, turn on a valve, turn on the pump, and go and start checking it yourself without having Ben come over and start the system for you or me or whoever. Okay, so that's sort of what we'll be looking at. And same with Kylie and Ben and Russ. You're pretty clear on that. So generally, the main things are how would you check to confirm readiness? People to ask are Nick, the manager, supervisors, Matt, and myself. Probably the most important, other than the maintenance coordinator, is asking Ben, because Ben is basically now in charge of making sure that the system is ready to go. Okay. So, and why we do that is because damage to the system may occur through the gate valves not being opened or things not being as they should. So just always ask before you do, but generally we'll have Ben say, yep, that's okay, go and do it, or I'll consult Ben and then we'll go through do the watering. But also it can cause inefficient watering, water the wrong block, you can waste electricity, water and time. So always, generally Matt and I will come to your operators and say, yep, go and do this task, and you'll be okay, yep, okay, no worries. But if we do say go and check it and we haven't given you the all clear, just catch up with Ben, and Ben will say, yep, or not, maybe he'll go, no, maybe just wait till I finish this, or I'll go open this to make sure it works. You're pretty clear on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cool. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of an activity with the solenoids. So, who's seen one of these before?
No.
Yep.
Yep.
Russ, Ben, Gary from me, Matt, Jade, haven't seen one before, but that's basically in the pump shed. That's what controls the water actually going out to the block.
Yeah.
And so, most important parts of those is actually, you'll see here, there's an O for open, there's an A somewhere, there should be, well, yeah, and a C for close.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, the most important thing is to remember that it's not actually the arrow that points to the side, it's actually this tag on the end here that indicates whether it's open or closed. Okay?
Yeah.
So, in our pump sheds, closed is actually facing that way, isn't it? Yeah.
It's actually opposite of what you were saying.
Well, it depends on which way the water is on some wide too, so.
Well, they're all wide the same through the place.
Has it got it written in here?
No, it's, oh, yes it does, sorry, yeah. It's got, so page 9, so.
Yeah, the tail I think is actually a tail
Yeah.
of the arrow.
Sorry, you're
The arrows.
right. Okay, so the arrow points to whether they're closed or whether they're open. Sorry, you're right. So, and then basically, so quite often when you come into the pump shed, they'll be in this position, saying that they're in order. Okay. And
What's
then
that in order?
auto, sorry,
Auto.
automatic or automatic. So they'll be straight up, straight down, and that's how they should be at the moment, so when they receive a firing signal from the computer, okay? But when we want to manually water, which one would you point it towards, Jane? So that's open, yep, cool. Alright, then put it back to order. Cool. And check, put it to close.
Close.
Pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, pass on that. Open. Yep. Close. Yep. And auto. Outstanding. Alright. So as you can see there, Colin, you've got your close and your open. So it says open. That's closed.
Oh,
Is
so
that-
that bit has to go to the.
Yeah, sorry, so the actual, triangle, sorry. should be-
Okay. Open.
Yep.
Auto, which is how I find I'm gonna get there.
Yep.
And close.
And then pop back into auto.
Auto,
Well done. Yep.
and it's Russ.
Yep.
He's done.
So pop it into open, Russ. Yep. Excellent. Pop it into close. Cool. And then into work. Outstanding. So pop it into open.
And so there's a few of those little things in the.
Yep. There's a bank of them in each shed for each valve. And into close.
Change every one.
We can do it manually.
Yeah.
I say it's got the hours, 1, 2, yeah.
How often are we doing it manually?
Well, like I said, this is mainly for the operators when they're going out to the field. If we get said to them, just go and do this block quickly, they can just go out there and manually turn it on and then turn it off on the way out and put it in match water. Okay.
Whenever we haven't got one of these.
That's that, and that's the other thing too. So,
The drone will act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deposits in the office.
oh, if it has, so,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the drone.
Yeah.
So you're all pretty clear on that.
Mm, good.
Yeah, pretty comfortable with that, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's sorry, I was just thinking. Make it so much.
You just broke that.
Was the bike one already?
No.
Oh.
That's just a spare one out of the shed. I went and fostered one last night. Okay, cool. Alright, moving right along. Pumps activity. Okay, so as you can see, this is the pump control box out of pump 3. So this is for the manually controlled pumps. There are some BFD equipped pumps, but they will do them in the next session.
What is the birthday?
That's a good question. It is variable frequency drive, which means that the difference between these two pumps is that this pump, basically once you turn it on, it ramps up to full pressure and it runs at a set frequency. So it will always turn on and run at full power, or whatever the set frequency is. Okay? Variable frequency drive has a small LCD display, which we'll show in the next lot of training, and you can actually use it to adjust up and down your hertz and your frequency, which will adjust how much the pump needs to work. They're much better, they're a newer system. This system has not changed since probably the 1930s. Well, basically it's just an electrical, okay, and an operator. Alrighty, so basically we've got this pump control box here that I've got out of the shed, and basically, as you can see, it's got a dial with 3 positions. So can you all see that?
Yeah. Can't read what it says.
Oh, okay, so there's a off,
Yeah.
manual, and auto. Okay.
Yeah.
So in manual position, some of these pumps, I'm warning you now, a couple of them do not have a start or stop button. When you flick into manual, that's it, it will start. Yep. So as soon as you flicker into manual, she will go. When you flick it into automatic, it is set to receive a signal from the drain, but that's another training session when we use automatically program and operate the system. So this is purely manually watering. Okay. So when we want to manually water, if we're using this box or this one here, what would you do, Jay? Come up here and show them, please. Outstanding, and then
Do you hit that?
and that would start the pump.
Yeah.
And then so that's it. So basically when you want to set the system up to set the system to run, basically just flick it to manual and it's set, ready to go.
Yeah.
So when you key it up, go. So you're all pretty clear on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't get you all to come up here and flick over. You can if you want, just we can come up. Does anyone want to come up and have a go? Or no, you're all pretty, you look like you want to go no, or no?
Have you put the other lights on manual?
No, that's, yes, very good point. Always make sure.
That's open.
Oh, so open.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
we're gonna
we
do that.
start it.
Yeah, that'll be in the starting section next.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're all pretty clear on that. It's pretty straightforward, isn't it, guys? Have the solenoid set to open, have your pump set to manual, ready to run, but just remember, if it doesn't have a start button, as soon as you flicker to manual.
Oh, good.
Cool. Alright. Okay, so now we move on to manually watering. So the main overarching component is operate the irrigation system, and then the steps are the irrigation system is started up according to workplace procedures, which we're going to go through now. Control points are monitored, confirmed that performance is maintained within specification. Out of specification, system performance is identified, rectified and or reported, and irrigation requirements are moved according to instructions. Okay, so that's one of the components. This is now the second part of the training. The second part. Okay. So, as we pointed out, starting the pump manually. Once you have the system set, it's confirmed, ready to go. So, you confirm your services are okay. You set your system to go, and then basically we're now to starting. So, manually starting the pump, as we said, press the green button on the front when it's in manual, and it will start. And before you start, make sure you get PPE on, your hearing protection, and your glasses. Particularly hearing protection, quite loud in the pump shed, it's about 100 decibels.
Earmuffs or earplugs?
Earmuffs, earplugs, whatever you're comfortable with. I have a selection of PPE.
Oh, like masks.
Yep, I'll get to see much. Yep, cool. But yeah, basically, once, as you can see, press the start button, and it goes. Thanks, guys. Alright,
Oh.
On with the party.
just remember. Okay. Okay. So you're all pretty comfortable with that?
Yeah.
So we'll run. It is in the standard work document, and we will run through this in the pump sheds also. If you're feeling that you're going, okay, I'm not quite sure, it'll become very clear when we go to the pump shed. Okay. Cool. Excellent. Okay. So monitoring irrigation. So monitoring for out of specification performance. There's two different places to monitor. This is the discharge pressure gauge, which is usually located next to the pump. You'll see there's actually a little gauge on the ground. I'll point it out when we do our checks in the pump shed, but basically that is the raw pressure before filtration straight out of the ground from the pump. Okay? Alright. So the max safe pressure, and this is a do not exceed, is 800 kPa, or about here on your gauge. There is absolutely no reason to ever go to that point. And part of the filtration system, the hydrocyclone, which I'll point out in the shed, that can't go past 800 kPa. Okay, it will fail, and it's very bad when that happens. Okay. All right. So
That's never happened.
not here, no, but it has happened at other vineyards, and it's a critical thing that it does not happen. Okay. Outflow pressures can be adjusted via the three-way tap to look at pre and post filtration. This is important. So that three-way tap there will tell you what the pressure is doing before filtration, because there's a point at the start of the filter bank which tells you the pressure going into the gauge, and then you can switch it over using the three-way tap, which I'll show you out there, and you can look at it post filtration, so the pressure loss between the two. Okay. Alright, so I've just got a video on the next one. So this is the next control point that you've got to monitor. So basically, once the pressures are okay in the pump shed, and we've got where we need to be, you need to check your drip rate, okay? So this will give you an idea of an acceptable drip rate, and the system's working well.
Yeah.
So you can see it's a steady, continuous drip, like that. Should just be a continuous flow like that. Alright, now this means that there's something wrong or something like that. You've got block drippers. Alright, see how we've got a real,
Oh, slow.
quite slow.
Yeah.
It's just sort of, yeah. Okay, so if your drip looks like that, then moving on to the next one. So what are some of the things, guys, that you think of that could cause the drip system to be too low or too high?
But not dripping.
Yep.
too much.
Yep.
There's a valve open somewhere else.
Excellent. Yep. Yeah, that could be too low. Matt, can you?
Blocks, block drippers.
Yep. Classic. Yep.
Gas in.
Yep. Jade, can you?
Something's
Right.
broken.
Yeah. Excellent. Good answer, Kylie. Yeah. Yeah. All good answers. Okay.
You didn't turn the pump on.
Yep. I know, exactly. And it has happened. It has turned itself off for whatever reason. You're sitting up there, you're thinking, it's been 15 minutes, got no water. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. So what do I do if it's too high? Okay, ensure valve is open at the solenoid, that it is open out in the field. That's usually, it may be that the solenoid wasn't open in the shed, or it's been closed in the field for whatever reason. And going back a bit, that's why it's important to ask people before you start a system up. Normally we'll give you instructions and work around that, but in case that you go, oh, I've got spare time, I'll go do some irrigation. Catch up with Ben, because he may have closed something off and
Depends or something.
Yeah.
There is one manually closed which is 201, so it might look good in the pump shed, but it's actually out in the field.
So, there you go, classic example. And we'll be going to pump shed 2 later on, so yeah, you'll be able to see that it appears to be in the right position, but it's actually closed out in the field to isolate it. So there you go, perfect example. So, ensuring the valve's open, solenoid in an open field. 7 Ps, has anyone ever heard of 7 Ps before? No.
No?
Prior planning and preparation prevents poor performance. It's 7 Ps.
So what?
Basically just check, plan before you do, okay? Be systematic. If you've got a problem, go through the steps, check, is the solenoid open in the shed? Is the solenoid open out in the field? Have I got stuff not opening, okay? Right. Generally, outflow pressure greater than 450 kPa is generally a red flag that something is not right, okay? If you're unable to fix it and things are getting worse and it's getting close to that, getting to 500, 600, 700 kPa, what should you do, Jade?
Shut it down,
Outstanding. And then
then report straight away.
best answers. Excellent. Yep. And so generally with irrigation, it's a good idea I've found, and I'll share with you guys, is plan what you're going to do. Make sure you've got it all worked out what you're going to do. Do it. Okay. Open your valve, start your pumps, check it, okay? And then if something's not right, adjust it, okay? And you just keep repeating that as you enter for your irrigation box, okay? How are you all going? You're all, yep, getting nods? Yep, good. Alright. Alright, so our specification performance, so for low pressure, what to do if it's too low? As we said, damaged valve infrastructure, as Kylie said, are frost valves open, as Ross said, A, connected valves open, are solenoids open or closed where they shouldn't be, shut down, if it can't be fixed, report a lock tag clear strike, okay, you're all familiar with that? Right, so basically if you go through, be systematic, check everything, but if you still can't work it out and something's not right, lock it out and report it to someone. Who should we report it to?
Management.
Great, excellent. And like I said again, plan, do, check, adjust. Okay. Alright, no flow at all out of the pump. This is when you've got zero pressure on your pump and you've got no water at all. Okay, I can't stress to you enough. Turn it off and report it back, okay? Generally that's a sign that something's gone wrong in the bore. Alright, that's pretty critical.
Never happened though.
Yes, I've had it happen to me. I've brought it out twice. Okay, we snapped a shaft on start with one of the diesels. Probably never here. Well, I'm looking at Rusty shaking his head. Rough Watertown unit. Yeah, and probably more as well with road having a fairly good preventive maintenance as well. It's pretty rare for it to happen, but Watertown had been 25 years since this pump had been installed and had never been pulled up to be checked. So gradually wear and tear got to it and fired up one morning and that was that. Yeah, just snapped the shaft and we did an emergency stop on her and that was it. So yeah, as I said, no flow, that's pretty serious. You know, or any rumbling, banging, any noises underground, no water, turn it off immediately. Any smoke, rubber smell, anything that's suspicious you don't like, turn the pump off. I don't care if you turn it off and it turns out to be nothing, I'd rather you turn the pump
Maybe
off.
safe than sorry.
Yeah.
That's
It
right.
costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it's about $12,000 to get the board dragged and installed, so it's not cheap. So yeah, and as always, if you're not sure, just ask. Yeah, you're all pretty clear with that? You're all pretty good at asking if you're not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. How long do I water? Okay, so it's important to water for the allocated time to ensure the quality and yield are achieved. Water and electricity are not wasted by watering too long, and that we meet irrigation schedules. So at the moment, Ben's basically meeting a fertigation schedule, putting the third out. That way we can get it done today, and I can change the system over and water automatically at night other blocks. So there is a method to our madness, is basically the main thing to take away. So, okay. So if you do some irrigation, we generally will hand out one of these sheets, which I have made up for Ben just this week because he asked for it. It was a good suggestion. So basically, total water time. Generally, you may do some fertigation if Ben's away, if I'm busy, or Russ isn't here. For a missing people, we might rotate a few people through this job. Okay. So basically, with fertigation, you have pre-water 45 minutes, and then 45 minutes of post-water afterwards. Okay. Now, Ben's now very familiar with all this. He's well and truly on it. But then we have blocks like this where we're not fertigating, and it's just water only, and we just put it on for 90 minutes, okay? And that's just the old, put it on at 10, turn it off to 11, kind of thing.
Didn't you put it on the street like this?
Yeah, we say so.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I made up a new one, so we're doubling up and doubling up.
Then used to just, and Nick used to just,
Yeah, because it goes around.
that's when doing that, when Ben
It's
made
just
it,
do it for
right, and that's all that you needed, and they would find out.
Yeah.
It's never ended.
Yeah, I considered that before I gave the new one to Ben to make sure that he could read it without having anyone else do it. How are you finding it, Ben?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. So we come down to finished. Irrigation's done for the day. Alright. So this is the third step. So we've prepared the system, we've operated the system, and now we've completed an irrigation. We're finished with it. Okay. So there's 3 steps to it. So we shut down the system, and basically it's reverse order. Alright. Turn off the pump, return solenoids to auto or off position as you're directed by management. Big thing with the irrigation system is it's like farm gates. You go through a gate and shut it after you. Once you're finished with it, you shut it. Right? You leave everything as you found it.
Like a door.
Exactly. Yeah. I know.
Yep.
So we shut open valves and gates as directed by our instructions, and we report any damage, issues, and lock, tag, clear try as required. Okay, so that's the workplace guidelines, which you're pretty familiar with.
Yeah.
G'day, Dave. Alright, so in that order. Alright,
Yeah.
pretty clear on that?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. So, in terms of waste, basically there's 3 things. We dispose of any non-recyclable, non-hazardous waste, which in terms of waste with the irrigation system, the main thing being recyclable irrigation equipment, stuff like that, high density poly. Okay. You're pretty clear on that? And so then you can recycle any old drip line, irrigation fittings, all high density poly can go straight to the recycling, sorry. Yeah. So there's not really much waste to do with the irrigation system. That's not that is not hazardous. Probably the only one is when we, in the maintenance section, which would be another training session, would be acid injection, because that's quite hazardous materials, but that's later on down the line. Okay. And as I said, clean, dilute, wash away any fertiliser, clean solutions away from the waterways. That's Nick. Okay. Alrighty. And I have actually got the environmental policy here. Yeah, almost done, Jade. I know you're supposed to not.
Oh no, it's alright.
Sorry. We've got the environmental policy here. Is everyone familiar with the environmental policy? About making sure that we reduce the maximum amount of stuff going to landfill. It's actually up on the wall up there.
Yeah.
There's 2 copies of it we discovered today in the HSC audit. There's no copy of the HSC policy. True story. Yeah, they said, where's your HSC policy? I said, oh, it's up on the wall. And they said, no, that's actually the environment policy. You've got 2 copies. We love the environment down here, right? Anyway. Yeah, that just outlines in raw detail. The policy is that basically, if we try and conserve our resources as much as possible, so, you know, not conserve water, conserve electricity, you know, don't, yeah, that's a yours zoning out. There you go.
No, no, no. Keep on going.
You're having that much fun, Ross.
I'm having a biscuit, I'm right.
You're like, this is the best day at work ever. I'm sitting here having a biscuit and from training. Alright, any questions, guys? No? Dave, have you got a question? What's going on?
No.
Cool.
Alright.
Moving on the mobile.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they want.
So no questions? You're all pretty good?
No, that was put very clear. That was good.
Okay.
Very simple, not complicated.
Alright, so basically the outcomes from that, the outcomes were that we operate the irrigation system. Sorry, fair the irrigation system.
Yeah.
Today.
Have a good long weekend.
Thanks. I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.
So we prepare the irrigation system before we use it, we operate the irrigation system, and then we finish with it and pack up, clean up, and leave it as we found it. Okay? Alright, so that's the outcomes from that. You're all pretty comfortable that you'd be able to operate that in the next training session?
Sure.
Alright. Alright. Feedback, guys, how do you think that went?
Good.
Yep. Honestly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, you
You could be a template for.
Nice. Cool. Alright, that's good. And I've given you out the feedback forms on the back, so fill them in at your leisure. Please send them to me when you have a chance to fill them. Okay? Now, for the guys, the next lot of training will be to go out and actually do a practical in the pump set. Okay, we'll actually practically do it.
Us 4.
Yep.
Now.
Plus Nick, yep, in the next 10-15 minutes. And basically you need glasses, hearing protection, safety boots, which you all should have on. And you've got your boots on, Kylie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and high-vis clothing.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll give you a vest.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Which is punching.
And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for your attention and
Thank you.
participation.
We're going out now.
Yep.